Oh, yeah.
Gabby, welcome to Podcastina.
Oh, my God. And I love Podcastina.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. How are you, my girl?
I'm better now that you're here. I missed you.
I missed you. I haven't seen you in a very long time. Probably, right?
Yeah, probably not. Probably like a show that we did together. Maybe
When?
it's been well over a year.
Yeah.
That's what happens when people move to when you live on opposite sides of LA. You might as well be out of state.
It's so true. And because the pandemic, I swear to God, the pandemic, it changed all of the things. We went from always being out together all of the time, doing open mics. Isn't it weird? Here's the other thing. We started when the pandemic happened, we were like maybe 5 years into stand up.
Mm-hmm.
5 years is like when you start kind of building momentum, like we were all kind of like, okay. And then it stopped.
Yeah.
And then it we came out of it and it felt like, I don't know. It felt like we never really picked up the same amount of momentum again.
That's what I blame for my own loss of momentum. I could feel right before it was happening. I was on this excellent trajectory where it was like, oh, I'm booking better shows now than I was then.
Mm-hmm.
And now, fast forward 5 years, I'm like, I'm still booking the same caliber of shows.
Yeah. The only reason for me that I felt like I was able to I don't know, that things got a little bit better was just because I started featuring and going on the road with a headliner. And that was the only and then now I'm not really working with him. So I'm back to being like, okay, here we are. But even when you're when you get used to featuring with somebody, you're not in LA, you're like not building your anything here. So then you come back and everybody's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. What was the road like? You were out there a lot.
I know. I've been working with Felipe for like 4 years. See a lot of really horrible, you see just like the worst parts of the United States. It's like the ugliest parts of the worst states. And you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You can see, dude, honestly, traveling to all of those places in the US, you're like, oh, this is why people are like drug addict, alcohol, like not that reason, but you're like, there's nothing else to do except for like have kids and like do drugs and drink.
It's so true. I mean, I grew up in Ohio and like
Literally.
The opiate issues there are massive. And I always think it's funny. It's like these cities that are named after better cities in the world with the same name. Like there was a little town in Ohio called like New Philadelphia that was on the map for having like the worst heroin addiction in the world.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. There's so many places. And it kind of, they make it sound like it's going to be this like cool, like, and it's not.
Yeah. Did people respond to you well there in different cities?
Yes, because of the comedian that I open for, it's like his fan base is pretty wild. So I do well with his fan base. But even still, it's like, when you're opening for somebody, it's like not your audience, which is good. I mean, it's like good for growth purposes, but it's not like you're kind of warming them up for who they really want to see. It's like I get on stage and it's not like they're like, oh, yeah, they're waiting for him.
Yeah.
So especially like as the only girl on a show, on a lineup of like all old Latino guys and then me, and they're like, okay. But they're good.
Yeah.
They are good.
Did you learn how to be good at packing?
No.
No?
Dude, so bad.
What would you take with you?
I overpack. I'd go for a weekend, to like Oklahoma, and I'm packing 7 pairs of pants, 14 shirts, 1,000 pairs of underwear. Like I'm going to shit myself every night. That's what I do too. Why? Why do we do that?
And I never wear 2/3 of what I bring.
I wear 2 things. I wear the same pair of pants, especially if it's like I'm just there for 2 nights. I wear the same pair of pants and I have 2 different shirts. Why do I pack like my whole everything? I pack everything that I own.
What's your plane routine? How do you make yourself cozy?
What do? We do beanie, pull it over the eyes. Earplugs, beanie, and a hoodie that I also pull over the beanie.
Nice.
To,
Incognito.
God, it knock out. What are you doing?
I've got a neck pillow, but it's tough with the neck pillows. The standard ones aren't good, but I have one that kind of snakes around and builds on itself. And that one I can usually get away with. But I have a really hard time falling asleep on planes, regardless. Yeah.
I knock out. But the neck pillow thing is, I want to have a good time with them, but they are always. I feel like they're just always like they just kind of like keep your head up, and then just you kind of like it doesn't really do anything. It still is like kind of. I always leave with a bad cramp, no matter what.
Do you pack food?
No. Do you?
Sometimes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I always forget, and then I get in there and I'm all mad, and I'm like. And then I buy the plain food, and it's so gross. I never pack. What are you packing?
I'm packing nuts and dates. Kind of boring stuff.
Wow, healthy girl.
Scentless, yeah.
Wow.
Protein when I can get it.
Wow. Salamis, turkeys.
Yeah, I try. Well, those wouldn't do well through TSA.
So true. My friend that I travel with, he's so fucking gross. He'll bring. The last time I traveled with him, he had like loose slices of pizza.
No.
In a food for less bag, like a grocery bag, and I was like, "Are you good, dude?" And he was like, "I didn't have a bag," and I was like, "Ew." And then the time before that, he had a bunch of hard-boiled eggs, and I was like, "You can't bring hard-boiled eggs on a flight, you fucking monster."
Criminal.
Although
I've eaten, this was me in a crazy diet. I bought the prepackaged hard-boiled eggs that were at like the Hudson newsstand or something, and that was my airport snack.
Airport snack is, I love a hard-boiled egg, but bringing one onto a flight, I go, what are we doing? You can't be bringing a damn hard-boiled egg onto a flight. And if you're doing that, you should also go to jail.
Are you still vegetarian?
No, I broke it.
What changed?
What changed? I was on the road featuring for another comedian, and he takes you out to very nice dinners, and he was like, "Here, I'm gonna order I'm gonna order steaks, I'm gonna order blah blah blah," and I was like, I can't say no. I'm such a fan of him, and he's so intimidating. I was like, well, I just have to eat what he wants me to eat. And that's what broke it.
Yeah.
And I've been addicted ever since. Not great. Are you eating meat?
Yeah, I eat a lot of meat. I just don't eat beef.
Why don't you eat beef?
I stopped eating it, I guess, for ethical reasons, like right around the time I moved to LA. So it's been probably 12 years. And then I noticed, I think I made too much eye contact with cows growing up.
I know.
And so I was like, I can't do it. I know they're smart and sweet. And that doesn't really align when I say that, but I will eat pork and now I eat bison.
Yeah, I know.
But what happened is my stomach forgot how to digest the enzymes in beef.
Really?
And I've eaten it accidentally a couple times over the years, and I've gotten the worst cramps. So I think I can't reintroduce it now.
Yeah.
Regardless of if I feel different.
Really? It's good for you anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, honestly, I know my whole reason for being vegetarian for so long, it was because of ethical reasons. I love animals, and it's so bad for the environment. Just these big farms and the meat industry. It's so bad for the environment. And I think about the animals, but then I shut it off and I go glutton mode and I go, I want pork. Because every time I'm eating it, every time I eat the meat, I thank it, and I'm like, thank you, pig. Thank
That's
you, chicken.
Sweet.
Because I just feel so bad.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. But I had turkey this morning. Had turkey bacon this morning. So
yeah. I have turned, you and I haven't seen each other in a long time. I've turned into a full-blown gym bro. And so now I'm psychotic about how much protein I'm taking in.
Yeah.
And so the amount of meat that I eat now is very different than it was just a couple of years ago. I try to get at least 80 grams of protein a day, which is fucking impossible if you're not eating meat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Are you doing sugar and bread?
Yeah, I eat everything, but
Okay.
I kind of don't end up eating a lot of those things just because I'm very regimented with what I eat. It's kind of the same thing every
Yeah.
day. This morning I was...
It's good.
It's really, really good. And it's like I'll start with a glass of kefir in the morning.
Okay.
And I'm so regular.
Good for you.
I'm so regular. I put all of my, I have like this longevity supplement mix that I put into it. That's just like collagen and vitamins and stuff. It's a powder that I'll mix into the kefir.
Okay.
And then I'll have like 3 eggs with avocado.
Okay.
And so there's no sugar or carbs getting into my system besides what's in the kefir for like the first couple of hours of the day.
Do you feel good?
Do.
Really?
Yeah, I don't get hungry again until probably like 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Because it's like 30 grams of protein from the jump.
Just eggs, avocado, and it's like a smoothie-ish kind of consistency, right?
Yeah.
Is it good or is it nasty?
I grew up drinking it. It's a very Soviet thing.
Oh, okay, because it's like a yogurt, right?
Yeah, it's a lot like yogurt. It's definitely a little bit sour, I think.
Yeah.
I can see why people wouldn't like it, and I'm not like drinking it necessarily enjoying the taste so much. I just know that starting the day with probiotics like that and with protein and with something kind of, because it's like milkier, it almost preps my stomach for the coffee because I have coffee after.
Are you doing milky sugar in your...
Nope, I drink it black.
Shut up. Do you like it black? Is that...
I do.
Oh,
I know, I'm weird with that.
That's so great. This morning I woke up and I was like, I'm hungry. And then I DoorDashed fucking... What did I get? French toast.
Ooh. But that's fucking, you're enjoying life. I wouldn't say there's like a lot of joy in my regimen.
But that's what too much freedom or like just doing whatever you want is also not good. It's better, I think, for humans to be on like a consistent kind of thing with like eating and food and what you're like putting into your body. I think it's better for our like cognitive functioning.
It is, for sure.
Yeah, it's like better for that. It's better for our body. It's like I'm like, I don't want this to come off like insensitive, whatever. I'm lucky that I have the metabolism that I have naturally. Like, I mean, naturally thin person. I do, and because if I wasn't, my diet is
it's that bad.
It's not good. It's not good. I take a lot of vitamins to try to like make up for the lack of nutrients that I'm getting.
That's good that you're doing that. That's thoughtful of you. Even people who eat really healthy are still, they should be supplementing too, because our soil is fucking bullshit.
That's
and
the
we're
other
not
thing,
getting
too.
magnesium. We're not getting the types of vitamins that you would get. And not to immediately go down the path of fucking conspiracy theories, but do you have allergies?
No.
Okay, you're lucky.
Yeah.
I have really bad allergies, and they're way worse in the spring because all the city planning involves planting a bunch of male trees so that like fruit doesn't fall off female trees. And so there's all this like tree sperm pollen, right? That doesn't have anywhere to go because there's no female trees. And so it makes people's allergies worse. And it's also this fucked up thing of why don't they want us to just have access to free food? If there were like fruit trees everywhere, avocado trees and apple trees and stuff that people could just pick and have for free.
There's no such thing as free anything in this country.
Yeah.
No freedom in this country, baby.
Nope.
No. No, they would imagine they would never allow for free anything like that. No way. You gotta go. They want you to pay $8 for an avocado.
Yeah.
Who's making money? If we're getting stuff for free, who's making money? Oh.
It's the wrong way to live.
That's so fucked. It's so fucked. And then I go and then I'm like, oh, I'll pay $38 for DoorDash delivery at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
But it brings you joy, I bet.
It was good. I mean, I was having a good morning. I was eating my fucking French toast, watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, drinking my disgusting sugary coffee. And I was like, here we are.
I get a sugary drink if I'm out having a coffee. I'm not getting black coffee.
You're not.
It's just what I'm making at home. But if I'm out, I'm getting like a frou-frou drink.
Why black coffee at home?
I just became used to it. It was originally like I wanted to cut creamer out just because it was like the creamer I was getting was so sugary.
Yeah, I get the really sugary
I didn't want to
ones.
start with like that kind of calorie intake in the morning.
Yep.
And then I think I just got used to the taste. so I just stayed with it.
Probably. Are you drinking a lot of water too?
A decent amount.
Yeah.
Not as much as I should. I don't think nobody I know is drinking the correct amount of water.
Nobody is. I know. I used to be really good at staying with a gallon a day, but then I just like got it. Like it's so hard to keep on top of a gallon a day.
It is.
So much water. But yeah, no, I've been fucking up on my supplements. But again, even that, it's like if you're not like if you don't have the proper amount of nutrients, it's like the vitamins don't even like go into your system correctly.
Yeah, it's true. I just learned that apparently you're supposed to take something called K2 if you're taking a vitamin D supplement.
I take that.
Good for you.
I take my K2 vitamin D, and then I started drinking like 4 shots of aloe vera leaf in the morning because it's supposed to like be good at coating your stomach lining. That makes it so that we
don't get ulcers.
It's like I don't know. So your stomach so you can process nutrients. I don't fucking know. I just heard anything I hear, people are like, "This is good for you." I go, "Okay."
I trust.
Yeah, I don't even look into it. I'm like, "Okay, fine, okay, I'll take it." Which
I'm that way too. Do you take in like wellness content? A lot of it.
I do. But then I like, and then I'll like go down these rabbit holes of looking it all up, and then I immediately forget it. So it's like I don't even know what. Like I don't even know the reasons that I take the things that I take. Like I take magnesium, zinc, vitamin D, K2, fucking probiotics, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? Why do I take any of this?
Mm-hmm.
What's it doing? But somewhere along the line, somebody was just like, you should. And I was like, okay. I guess I will.
I know. I'm kind of the same way through this show since I'm like talking to doctors that are telling me all the stuff that I've heard before, but it just didn't really sink in until I started talking to them one-on-one. And so now I'm kind of starting to learn the undercurrents of why to take this stuff. I mine guests off TikTok.
How?
I think I have.
Wait, so you're finding the guests on TikTok?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a lot of like coming across. It's me kind of surrendering to the universe, to my higher power for like suggestions and input. And so when someone comes across my feed and I look through their stuff and I think, oh, this is interesting, and I know that they're attempting to be like a public facing person, they have social media, they're trying to get their message out one way or another, let me reach out and see if they'd be a good candidate for the pod. And then I'll do like a pre-interview with someone that I haven't met before just to make sure they're not crazy and so they can see that I'm not crazy.
Wow. And you vet.
Yeah, I do vet when I don't know the person.
How many doctors have you had?
A handful.
Really?
Yeah. I have more coming up.
What the hell? What do they all say? Is there like a consistent thing that they're all kind of saying?
Yeah, and it's all the same shit that you've probably heard all the time too. It's like, do your strength training.
Yeah.
Take magnesium. They all say that.
Yeah. But then there's so many different kinds of magnesium too.
Yeah, and I just learned about some of those.
So then I've been taking like, I don't even know what magnesium I've been taking, but then I realized I was like, wait, is this even the right magnesium for like what I want it to be for?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, magnesium. Okay, what else are they saying?
Creatine.
What's creatine for?
Creatine is a brain energy, or it's an energy supplement.
Okay.
I started taking it in January regularly, and I take it every morning, and like I do look more ripped since I've started taking it.
Really?
It does kind of hold, I guess, bring energy and like bring water to muscle groups. Okay. But what it also does, because I learned that our brains are like 20% of our energy suck for the day, and it helps, especially with women, it helps your brain health. So I would add that to your repertoire.
I will. I'll go get some right after this.
I have noticed cognitive sharpness. The days that I skip it, which is very rare, but sometimes I'll take like 1 instead of 2 because I have capsules, and I notice my brain gets tired faster.
Creatine.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Multivitamins are good.
See, I always hear back and forth on multivitamins. That they don't really do a lot, or it's. I mean, I think
it depends which one you take, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good to take one according to at least the last doctor I spoke to.
Okay. I just added a hair vitamin to the regimen.
Nice.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. There's a lot of biotin in it though, and biotin really it fucks your skin up.
I didn't know that. That seems counterintuitive.
I know, doesn't it? I mean, it breaks you out.
Hmm.
So we'll see. Trying to grow my fucking hair after bleaching it and putting so many extensions in. It's like
You've had every hair color since I've known you.
every single.
Yeah.
Every single.
You like blonde the most?
Well, now I'm like, well, I should be brunette actually because it's healthiest for my hair. But then I go brunette and I'm like, I want to be blonde.
You get bored.
I get so bored. It's like, I think I'm going to go a little bit more golden blonde though. But yeah, no, hair is, I go through it like it's like every color.
I can relate to that. I was blonde a few years ago.
It fucks your shit up.
It fucked my shit up so bad. This is finally the last haircut that I got like a couple weeks ago.
It looks healthy.
The last of the blonde got cut off. Because I just, you know what it was? I wanted to look like a surfer girl so bad. I had like just gotten into surfing and I was like, I need to look like a surfer girl.
You wanted to be a SoCal girl.
Yeah, so bad. At the expense of my hair.
I know, but you're a Russian. You're a dark Russian.
I am.
Dark-haired Russian.
Got that Russian Jew blood in me, and everything's dark.
And is this your natural color?
Basically.
Yeah, blonde on that is.
Yeah.
Hard.
Sure was.
I saw a girl yesterday. My hair guy. I went to his place. Whatever, doesn't matter. But he was doing this girl's hair, one of his clients' hair, and she's Persian, and she's bleach blonde.
Oof.
And he was dyeing her roots, and her roots were like black. And her hair, she had her extensions out because they were like redoing her extensions, and her hair was just
crispy.
Oh, just broken, so short, just like fried. And I'm like, fuck, this is such the blonde journey is such a fucking nightmare. It's so, and I'm like, so it's like I have to. I'll take these out in a couple of months and let my hair reset and rest. But it's like I just get so like, I gotta do something.
I've never had extensions before.
You don't need them.
Thankfully. But I do want it to be. I wish it was longer, but every time it gets long, I gotta cut it because it starts getting frayed and tangled.
Mm-hmm. I started getting them because I was like, I would let my hair get long, but then I'd freak out and I'd be like, no, I want short hair now. And then I would cut it short and I'd be like, fuck, I don't like this. So then I started getting extensions, and then it's like you get stuck in the thing of getting extensions, and your hair gets ruined from having them. So then you have to like it's like a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nightmare.
That's how I feel about lashes.
Oh, I just had mine done for the past like couple of months, and I'm letting them all fall out now because I'm like, I can't. You have to take breaks. Mm-hmm. It just fucks your shit up.
It does. I don't take any breaks from my nails anymore, though. That's one that I started doing dip instead of gel.
Yeah.
And I find that they're not getting as fucked up as they were when I was doing gel.
Yeah.
Because on gel, I used to have to take breaks because I would do like 2-3 months on with gel.
Yeah.
And even with the gel on, my nails would fucking break.
Yeah. Nails though, I feel like we can owe ourselves just always getting our nails done.
Yeah.
If
you were stranded on a desert island, what's like your beauty thing that you have to have?
Beauty thing sunscreen.
Mm.
Are we talking like Cosmetic? Yeah. Sunscreen for sure.
That's smart.
Since I started doing sunscreen, it's like changed my skin. Are you a sunscreen girl?
Oh yeah, every day.
Yeah. I was not until 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. And the damage that I've done.
Can't tell. Or whatever you've done to reverse it, it worked.
Because I've been doing so many fucking like tretinoin, blah blah blah, like the skincare routine. Also, dude, TikTok game changer for all of that.
The way that I learned everything about skincare through TikTok. When they took it away, those were the worst 12 hours of my life. I was like, who am I without TikTok?
Devastated. Like really, truly, it's like I get all of my shit on there.
Me too.
All of my all of the beauty stuff, all of the skincare, all of it.
What's your algorithm like?
Fucked up. It's fucked up. It's between, okay, so right now it's a lot of my TikTok algorithm is like hair care. It's like, this is how to strengthen your hair. And then it's like really physically disabled children.
Oh no.
And then it's like white trash weddings. And then it's like best things to get at Sephora. So it's like, those are my 4 things.
Eclectic.
Yeah. And all four I'm equally interested in. Kids that just, you go, they like don't have eyes, or it's just, well, how did this happen? And then I just keep going. I go down the rabbit hole because
How could you not?
How could you not? The other day, 2 days ago, I saw this horrible one. This girl who was like a girl who was working. She was like working, and she gets shot while she's working, and it showed her like getting shot and like dying
on TikTok.
Yes, and I was like,
I can't even say incel without a clip getting fucking whatever that
literally
happens to them.
Literally, you don't see her like, you just see her like. Like she gets hit, you can tell that she gets hit, and then she like dies, but you don't see any blood or anything. But I was like, well,
someone was like, I gotta post this on TikTok.
Isn't that crazy? That's
the weirdest part, is the posting of something so horrific, and like you're not thinking about the family, like whoever's posting that.
And then it's just like, and then I'm like watching it, and I'm like, why am I watching this? It's horrible. We have too much access to things, and it's not good. It's not good. I should be able to see like what the best sales are at Sephora, and then immediately after, 30 seconds later, see a girl die. And then you're like, okay, time to go, do my dishes. Like, fuck, it's bad. It's not good. I don't know what it's gonna do, especially like to younger generations. I'm like, oh, how is this gonna just ravage our brains?
I know we're kind of the last Mohicans when it comes to like, we had a normal childhood, and the way that even when we got internet, like, which still granted was young. Like I remember being at the computer probably at like 5th grade, something like that.
11,
6th grade
12,
for sure.
For sure, yeah.
But it wasn't. It was like you had to go sit down at the desktop and sign on to AOL and like, oh, someone needs the phone. You got to get off. It wasn't like in my pocket all the time.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it was the family computer, and then you'd go into chat rooms with 7,000 child molesters, and like that was it. Relatively harmless.
Those were the good old days.
You'd go on those horrible websites, rotten.com, Faces of Death. You'd watch Al Qaeda behead people, and then you'd go, okay, that's it. But now it's like, I don't know how. Now it's just like a roll of, now it's just never stopping. It's a hamster wheel of just like, yeah, we just have access to it at all times. And if I had kids, I don't know when I would let them get phones.
How much of a say do parents even really have without it being like a huge fight? Because I think if you were to try to be the one parent in a neighborhood that isn't granting their kid a phone when all their friends have phones, like, I don't know that that's really plausible.
I know. And it's like, what's the age range now too? Because then there's the other thing where you're like, okay, but what if an emergency happens at school? What if there's a school shooter? What if I need to get...
very well might be.
Which there 100% could be. More likely than not, to be honest. At this point, you go, well, it's so wild now. It's like when enough time goes by, when like a couple of weeks go by and you don't hear about, or like if I do hear about a school shooting, I'm like, oh, we were due for one,
Right. We were due for one.
Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah, that seems about right.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
But you're right, it's so normalized, and I don't know the last time I heard of one necessarily, or maybe there's just so many going on all at once that I'm kind of not even receiving them unless something cataclysmic happens. I don't really hear about it.
Because I'm subscribed to like KTLA and whatever.
Me too.
Yeah. So I'll get like updates of like horrible things that are happening. And there was a shooting recently, like I swear to God, like maybe last week or within the last few weeks at a school, but it was like only 3 people died, So like it wasn't a big one, which is crazy to say. But yeah, it's like until it's like another Sandy Hook or something, it's like, well, they're just, it's a wild phenomenon.
Do you try to curb your relationship to news intake, because it's kind of just like such a black hole? Like I try sometimes, even understanding that this is like an ignorant take, but I have to like turn off and compartmentalize and not watch it and kind of live by this if it's big enough it'll reach me philosophy, because otherwise I catch myself. This is why I got off Twitter in 2020 because I just couldn't fucking take it anymore. But now I'm on Threads, and honestly it's just as bad, and I try not to open it as much as I can because I notice the frustration that just like seeps through my body when I'm watching everyone get so fucking mad at everything.
I'm not on Threads. I deleted Twitter for the same reasons, but I like unfollowed a lot of news outlet sources that I was following because I was just like waking up and getting on my phone, which bad, but whatever. And I scroll through my news feed and everything was just like some horrible headline, and I was like waking, and I was just like getting, like rushes of adrenaline, and then I was so mad, and then I start going through the comments, and I'm like reading people fighting, and I was like, I can't do this. And then I will like put on NPR, and I've had to kind of like stop doing that too, because I'm just like, I don't need to always, because it just triggers like your nervous system
so much,
and just then I'm just mad all the time, and I'm like, I'm already like mad all the time, so with the news being on top of it, I'm like, this is not good.
Then there's really no way out.
With the other stuff, it's just like personal stuff. It's like I'm like judgmental of things, but then when you have the news on top of it, you just get so cynical. But then you also want to know what's going on. I'm like, well, wait, what is happening? Who's doing what things are affecting me? Like,
I do appreciate that you publicly shame people that leave you nasty comments.
That one too is, even people they react to that and they're like, you shouldn't be, giving these people any recognition. And I'm like, well, yeah, but also you hit a hornet's nest too many damn times and you wake it up. They don't stop.
Yeah.
They don't fuck.
Do you block them?
No, not unless they like really keep going. Let me see. I woke up to one this morning. I think I took a picture of it. Let's see what he said. Oh yeah. Yeah. This guy. Dystopian anthropologist. He leaves me 2 comments this morning. Oh, I was a reel that I posted, some, stupid rage bait shit that I post. And he goes, oh, keep crying, whore. At the end of the day, you're still just as pathetic with or without women who are better than you, LMFAO, with a bunch of crying, laughing emojis. And then he goes, on another post, he goes, too bad this woman didn't get Amy Winehoused about 10 years ago, LMFAO, crying, laughing emoji.
Wow.
And the thing about these guys is that they always leave the same. They all do the crying, laughing emoji. So they'll say like the worst, and like they'll just like say, like these like so like these graphic, horrible things, and then they do the like tears streaming down the face, and I'm like, can you guys get? It's like they're all the same type of person. I'm like, can you get like a new emoji at least? Mix it up. You do crying, laughing emoji. It's like not even that. It's like not even funny. Like at least do that if it's funny, but you're like not even saying anything original. It's like kind of mean and weird. You're like, okay.
But you don't block something like that?
No.
Oh.
No, very rarely. I have a guy that I routinely block. He might follow you. I noticed that he follows really strictly female comedians. He might follow you. But he's created like hundreds of accounts, and I block him constantly because he will send me, he's like created Instagram accounts of like about me where like the name of the account will be like narcissistic dumb whore, and then he'll like take screenshots of me and like just upload them to the thing, to his Instagram, and he's
psychotic.
It's psychotic, and he's actually pretty scary, and he'll send me like these like really threatening messages, and he's scary. But I never know who he has. Like he oscillates between the 2 handles, like the names are like Brandon and Phil.
Oh my God, he does follow me and he makes new accounts all the time. You're right. I know exactly what
you're
talking
about.
It's like a monkey.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a cartoon logo.
Yes. It's always a cartoon logo.
Uh-huh. I've so seen this account follow me multiple times.
Because every time I know it's him, because I'll go through and see who he follows, and it's always women. It's always female comedians. Shut up. Yeah, and it's always like Brandon Philly or Phil something or Brandon something. Oh my God, look, I haven't blocked 6. Do you block him?
No, because he's never interacted with me.
Really?
Yeah.
That guy is fucking dangerous for me. And then he'll make the accounts, and then he's made ones for me that's like, yeah, keep blocking me, whore. And I'm like,
yeah.
Like that will be the name of the account, and I know it's all him.
How does someone have that much time on their hands?
Literally go through my block list. Some of them are not him, but most of them are him.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Dude. They follows you, right?
Yeah, he absolutely off so many different accounts. Yeah.
It's him.
It's him.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, mess delusional, turning fate, talentless cunt. You see talentless cunt has a picture of me. That's him.
Oh God.
It's crazy.
He loves you. He's obsessed with you.
He's obsessed. That's so... Does he follow you with every time he makes a new account too?
Probably, because I see some iteration of like a cartoon and those two names constantly.
But you don't block it.
And I always... No, because there's never been any reason to. I've never had any interaction.
So I wonder why he keeps following you if you're not blocking. You know, for me, it's like...
It might be because he's so obsessed with you and he knows we're friends and he's waiting to see if I like post anything with you. So maybe when I start clipping this episode, it'll fucking surface.
Scary.
Yeah.
I think he lives in another state though.
Yeah.
Because it seems, I don't know, but I'm like...
If you live in California or LA, you're probably too busy trying to make ends meet to do shit like that.
That's true. There's just something... That's wild.
Mm-hmm. People aren't busy enough.
And you know what? They're not. And honestly, neither am I. And that's why I have so much time to like go through my comments and like look at things, because I'm just not doing anything during the day for the most part.
Yeah. I'm always kind of grateful when things happen in a spurt online, because if it's like too many notifications and too many people coming in, I literally can't keep up with looking at them. It'll get like interrupted when I'm looking at them. So I can't.
Yeah.
But when it's like one at a time, I'm like, I got time to read this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It is kind of nice when there's like too many.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I make content that like does well and it's like just so many comments, I'm like, yeah, okay,
you can't read them. There's too many.
Right. But then when it's like people kind of trickle in, it really like that one this morning. I was like, I haven't gotten one of these in a day. Here we are.
Oh, let's switch gears. That's so different. It's never gonna stop. People hate female comedians. So we're the most hated group on the internet, and I know that's like so dramatic to say, but
no, it's not. It's true.
It's so true.
It's true.
There's something so unbelievably threatening to like just a little titty baby bitch boy about a woman being funny online.
Well, they hate it. They cannot. It's like it makes them just fucking lose their minds, you know? It's one of the reasons, I swear to God, I started getting so tattooed. I was just like...
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I've always liked tattoos, but it was like also, I just got to this point where I was like, this is not... It was kind of like an act of like anarchy in a way, because I was like, guys already hate women on stage, and I was like, and what? Fucking add some tattoos to it too. They hate it. Mm-hmm. Hate. Anytime they see a woman being like, I can, I have autonomy, they're like, I don't know. I don't want her to have that. But I don't even think they know it,
They definitely don't. And there's so much hypocrisy. And I just talked to a guy who wrote a book about the psychology of politics about this. And I ended up kind of flipping his argument. He was definitely I got the sense that he was like probably libertarian. He didn't say it, but just based on our conversation, that was kind of
interesting.
His take with things seemed to be like a more of a like pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of take. Towards the end of our conversation, we were talking about how men have fallen behind, right? Okay. Economically, in education, they're not going to college at the same rates as women. The male loneliness epidemic, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of took his argument and flipped it on him. And I go, well, now that women are economically independent, dating has become more of a free market. We don't need a partner anymore. So if a man wants to be competitive as a product on the dating market, he needs to pull himself up by his bootstraps and be kind and be resourceful and be like worth dating.
Right. That's so true.
Like, why should we? Because I feel like the argument is presented, at least like through some of the sources that I've seen. It seems to be there's all these men's rights activists that are like, we got to help men are falling behind, men are lonely, blah blah blah. And I go, okay, well, women were going through all this for all of time.
Sorry, we've had a little bit of something for, I don't know, 50 years.
And how did we get that? We got it for ourselves.
Right.
We went out there, like, hit the fucking streets, stood up for ourselves, advocated for ourselves and for each other, and got all that shit. But now the same men that are complaining that liberal women don't want to date conservative men are crying out for us to help them. When it's like, help yourselves. This was your idea. It was your idea that everyone should be self-sufficient, that we shouldn't have DEI, that we shouldn't have social programs. So why should we have social programs for helping these lonely men when they need to just pull themselves up out of it? Like, pull yourself up out of your fucking crash.
Because they don't.
You caused it.
They don't see it because it's like, it's so funny. Like with how all of this works, because then they'll say things like women are the victim, like they always play the victim, and I'm like, I mean, maybe it's like it's a human thing. Maybe we're all just playing the victim to an extent. Like men play the fucking victim. I've dated so many victim men, you know.
Me too.
Like more so than not, you know. And it's like, that's not to say that I haven't like played a victim myself, but it's the whole thing of like women are like play the victim, women are blah blah. It's like, yeah, pull your fucking self up, because we're not like as submissive as we once were,
and we'd rather be alone than be with dirtbags.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's like women became okay with being alone, but men can't handle that population that self-labels themselves as lonely or whatever. They can't handle being by themselves, when it's like, my ability to handle being by myself, I go out and I satiate my need for connection through friendship.
Absolutely.
I have my girlfriends who will always be there for me, who are a phone call away, who satiate that need in me for connection and for like a person that I can bounce feelings off of and be vulnerable with. Men aren't doing that, so that's why they feel lonely. And it's like, that doesn't mean you need to go out and get all mad because this girl who's on OnlyFans that you follow isn't fucking hitting you back. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Go make male friends. How about that?
Friends. And men aren't making enough friends with other men. It's crazy. It's, you know, it's funny. A couple of months ago, I posted this thing on Instagram. It was like, I posted a reel. It was like, why do men use, you know, daddy issues as like a jab at women, like as if it's the woman's fault that the dad
failed as a father.
You know, because like men, because I say it because like men say it to me all the time online. They look at me and they go, oh, she has daddy issues, and I'm like, I don't, but like, I mean, I do. I mean, I think any woman with a father, yeah, exactly. But like in the traditional sense of like, I was not like abused by my father, I wasn't abandoned, blah blah blah, you know. And it's so crazy to me that men will use that as if it's her fault,
without seeing the irony.
Right. And all of these men, it got men so fucking worked up, and they were like, it's actually it's the mother's fault for choosing the man. And they
doubling down.
Yes, they double down. They go, it's the woman's fault for choosing the man. That's actually, and then, or they would say, the reason that the kids are growing up without the dads is because the woman destroyed the family, because she's the one who chased the father away, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, do you guys, what fucking rock do you live under to really believe this? When you look at, I know you were like, let's change the subject.
It's okay. No, because it needs to be talked about.
Well, so it's like, when you look at like, let's say like incest, for example, most cases of incest are happening within the family dynamic, from a man at 90, I would argue probably 97% of the time, you know, that it's from a man in the family. And they, you know, and I'm like, these guys that are like, the woman's chasing the men away. I'm like, what if the women leave because I don't know, there's a father abusing a child, there's an abusive father, there's blah blah, and it's just crazy that the men will like make these excuses, anything to not have any kind of like inner dialogue.
Accountability.
Yes, inner accountability.
Who is she? Accountability. I don't know her.
They don't know her. It's so that was like the wildest thing to me, because I'll say these things online, like not even really, it becomes like a social experiment, but I'm not like trying to like, obviously sometimes like a lot of the things that I'll say are like black and white statements, but there's like not room for a lot of nuance, when you're making just like a stupid 60-second clip. But it's crazy to see how like activated these subjects get people. And man, it's like the men, they go crazy about it. They cannot stand that daddy issues argument. Was so wild to me.
That's a good example of one that becomes so hypocritical so quickly. I don't know if you saw, there was a thing on TikTok like a week or two ago. A guy went on there ranting that this girl walked by him in the park and she had headphones on and she was like looking at her cell phone and she didn't make eye contact with him and she didn't smile at him. And so he started going on about how it's really dangerous for her to be so unaware while she's walking, and how dare she not want to be part of the community with him and acknowledge him.
Is boiling. Mm-hmm. And he's dead ass.
And he's like typical Gen Z fake mullet mustache kid, like run of the mill dude, right? And all the women in the comments, of course, were like, I promise you she was aware of you. I promise you she is aware of her surroundings, whether or not she's looking. She's clocked you. Like, she has absolutely clocked you.
And that's the thing.
And she's not smiling at you for the same reason that I don't smile at men on walks, which is because it
invites them.
It invites them, even though, like, I'm sure most of the guys are safe for me to smile at. If I do it at the wrong one, it's an invitation for him to do something dangerous to me.
Absolutely.
And so I have to treat all of you by way of the most dangerous of you, which are unfortunately very fucking common. And so I don't smile at any men that I don't know in fear that I give the wrong one an invite.
Absolutely. And men, it's like they don't understand it because they've never lived it.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's like, I can't comment on what it would feel like to be a black person, because I don't have the lived experience. So it's like, it's like I can have empathy and compassion and like understand to the degree that I can of what it's like to, experience life as a black person, but I will never really, it's like the same thing as like men. It's like they will never fully understand the experience of like living in fear.
Even though we've been trying to tell them for so long.
They cannot understand it because it just doesn't. It's
and
so
when I tell
them,
yeah, there's all these breakthrough moments. I was talking to some comedian. Oh my gosh, I forgot what the nature of like the beginning of the conversation was, but he was trying to say that like, oh, I should attempt to talk to this booker or like flirt with this booker or something to like try to get stage time out of it. And I was like, I can't do that. That's not an option for me.
Absolutely not.
And he was like, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Of course you hadn't.
Of course you hadn't. It's like, it's all we think about all the time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's funny. It's like, yeah, the girl that's walking around with her headphones in. We walk around with our headphones in because we know, like, I don't want to have to feel like I have to say hi to somebody if they say hi to me, because that happens all the time. You walk by a guy and he'll be like, hey, and it's like, I just want to like keep it, clock it, keep going. It's just, I don't want it in my ether because it's scary. They're scary. It's funny. Like my boyfriend, who is like a wonderful, like emotionally evolved guy, like he's very smart, he's very kind, but even like him, this is like kind of a different thing, but it's still in the same like thing of like men and women. I had an abortion in July and he came home. He was at work the whole day. I took the pill. So I'm at home just like aborting. It was horrible. It's just like, like a nightmare of an experience. Couldn't have been worse. It's so painful. And he comes home from work that night and he's just kind of like, oh, was it hard? And I was like, was it hard? I'm like bleeding out, and he's like, and he like couldn't, he was like being kind, but he didn't understand like the weight of like what I had physically just endured, and he was kind of just like, do you should I order us dinner? And I was like, I can't eat. I was like just sweating and bleeding, and it was so bad. But it was just this like thing. I was like, you will not, and not that he obviously like he doesn't have to. He's a guy, but it's just this thing that will like always kind of keep us separate in the same ways that I'm sure that we can't understand, the male experience. But we are more endangered in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
constantly.
What's it like living with him? Is this the first time you've lived with a partner in a while?
Yeah, it is. It's really easy.
Good.
It's like so
good, you
easy.
deserve that.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's like, I mean, he just works all the time though too. He's just always working. So I don't see him. I mean, he's up at 7, out by 8, and then gets home around 8 or 9 every night. And then I know he's gone all day. And then he's home on the weekends, but he works even like on the weekends. Like he's always, and then I'm, working at night. So if I have shows, we're not seeing much of each other. And then we hang out on the weekends if I'm in town or, whatever. So it's hardly ever see him.
Were you on the same page about decorating and stuff?
Pretty much.
That's nice.
Pretty much. There are things that really bother me because like I'll see like for instance rugs. I've been finding these fucking sick ass rugs, and he's like, I don't like that one, and I'm like, why? It's a great rug. Couches, tables. I'm like, these are great, and he's like, I don't like the wood when it's that dark. I want it a little bit lighter. I'm like, it's a great table. So we get into like things like that, but also since he's never home, I'm like, oh fuck you, I'm gonna go just buy shit and then you'll like it. And he does. Yeah. But if I show him, most of the time when I show him things, he says no, so then I just stop showing him things and I just get it, and he's like, oh okay.
It's a good workaround.
I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you're not even here, dude. I'll decorate the fucking house. Not even here.
Any weird quirks like that you didn't know about until you moved in together?
No, honestly.
Oh, that's great.
There's nothing that's like been hard to figure out. Or like, yeah, there's nothing that he does that's like weird really. And fucking easy.
Does it feel different than other relationships in that way? Because I feel like people, when they really catch a stride in a good relationship, that's what they say. They say it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like an easier person to date than anybody that I've been in a relationship with. Really.
Good.
I know, because I have had some real stinkers.
Yeah. Do you hear from your exes?
No. Like my ex from England I talk to frequently, but like that's a different.
Yeah.
But the other ones, I mean, it's like I would see Greg around a lot when I lived in my old neighborhood, and him and I are fine. And then there's Craig, who I see once in a while. The rest of them, no, I don't talk to them. Do you?
No.
Yeah.
They watch my stories till the end of time.
They love to lurk in the stories. They love to lurk.
Sure do.
God, they do. I don't actually have any of mine watching my stories though, but that must mean you're on like cordial that it ended fine, right?
For the most part, yeah. I haven't had any catastrophic breakups.
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Are you following them?
Yeah, but they're all muted. I don't need to see their shit.
Okay. Yeah,
it's
you're
like
good
I
at
mute
that.
right after the breakup, and then I just never unmute because why?
That's so strong. That's so strong of you.
I'm strong on the other. This is how I am. I'm like good in the post. I'm bad in the pre-relationship. I get so crazy when I have a crush and it's like that initial stage.
Yeah.
of just, I guess, limerence and obsession.
Horrible,
I get
though.
so weird in that stage.
Yeah.
And then it's like, at least I can be strong on the back end, but I am terrible on the front end.
I know. And that, honestly, the pre stuff is so, oh, it's so hard. It's so hard not to like make a clown out of yourself. Like, I'm really bad at that because I get so intense and like so just like, gotta have you, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's I
Exactly
do,
that.
yeah. And then I'm like obsessing and blah blah blah. The limerence and the obsession is a nightmare.
I'm trying to reframe it lately. I think that I kind of had this weird recognition, or maybe it's a false recognition, but maybe it's just the way I'm going to think about it anyways. I think the universe sends me hot men or men to like be obsessed with because they're doing something I'm supposed to be doing. Because I have this weird thing where like when I like a guy, I will turn into him.
Real.
I think a lot of people do that. And men do it with female partners too.
Totally.
But there's been all these massive life changes and passions that I've discovered or decisions that I've made through liking a guy.
Yeah.
So many.
That's so funny.
Started doing stand-up because I had a crush on a comedian. Moved to LA because I was like dating a guy that was moving out here.
Yeah.
Like all these different things that have become such cornerstones of my life. A lot of them came into my life because of some guy. Yeah. And now I think that the universe just knows that I'm enough of a dumb bitch that if it goes, look over there's a hot guy, I'll look over there, and then that's my path.
Yeah. It's here, there he is, and then you gotta follow it.
Yeah.
And it leads you to success.
Yeah.
Which honestly, at least it's not like it could go the opposite.
Sure can.
It could go the opposite of like you could be following the real fucking bozos. So at least
and I have.
Well, and haven't we all? But at least you're following them, you know, to career things and not like crack houses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, the guy who's into surfing, I'll start surfing.
Exactly.
You're not like, oh, he's smoking meth. Well, I guess I'll start smoking meth. So you're picking like a higher quality of them. If
decent argument.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've done that too so many times. I've changed my hair because of guys, you know?
Me too.
Yeah. Like, so many of the things I've changed. I mean, I just started growing my eyebrows in because they were so thin for so long.
You're lucky they grew back.
Yeah, I didn't think they would. They grew back fucking fast, too. But my boyfriend really liked them thin, and it has taken all of my might to not pluck them since he said that. You know, he's like, I like them now, but I really like them thin. And it's like every day I'm like fighting the urge, you know, to not just pluck them to death. I'll do.
I'm sure he likes these eyebrows as well.
Who knows? Who knows what he really likes?
We do it to them too. Like, oh, I like your hair a certain way.
That's
or
true.
Your mustache or beard or whatever.
That's so true. I know my boyfriend has a mustache now because I like mustache guys. He never had a mustache before.
You like the mustache?
Love a mustache.
The mustache came back with a vengeance a couple of years ago. I don't know if it was the new, what was that Tom Cruise movie, the one that they remade?
I don't know. You have a mustache in it?
Oh my gosh. Not Air Force. What the fuck was that movie? The plane movie that was like...
Oh, how did we not... like the Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah. Maverick? Is that what it's called?
I don't fucking know.
Anywho, there was some hot actor who lost his house in the Palisades who had like a mustache in the movie, and I think that was like the revival.
The revival of a mustache.
I think so.
I love a mustache.
Yeah.
I really do. Love a mustache. I don't like a bald-faced man.
I don't either.
No.
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't like a big full beard. It always stinks. There's always food in it.
Yeah, big full beard is gross. I like a beard, not a big full one. It's funny. I also I'm the same way with guys with tattoos. I do not find men that attractive if they don't have them.
Interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense because you like that look on yourself. So, of course, you're going to feel that way about a partner.
Which is funny because it's like that's how men also feel about women with tattoos. Are like, I don't like women with tattoos.
If they don't have tattoos?
If they do. Like, most men don't like heavily tattooed women. And I'm like, I'm like the opposite with men. I'm like, I do not like men without like I don't. There's not like a.
Mm-hmm.
It like makes them it like takes away. I'm like they look.
I do turn into a bit of a dumb bitch if someone's like tattooed the right way.
What do you mean?
Like if someone has like hot good sleeves, I'm like, oh, damn.
I know. There's something about it. I don't think it's crazy because I don't think men have the same reaction to women like that.
I don't think they do unless either they're also heavily tattooed so they're into it, or there seems to be this kind of dynamic of like the golden retriever black cat where if it's like a very clean cut guy, sometimes he'll be drawn to like a really tatted girl because she's like more that black cat kind of vibe.
Yeah. I think it's rarer. It's definitely like a rarer circumstance. Whereas like, yeah, when women, for the most part, when women see men that are like pretty tattooed, we're like, ooh, you know? But yeah, I don't think that often that happens with women who are heavily tattooed. I don't think men like walk down the street and go, you know?
But they do. I saw somewhere that men really like tattoos on other men.
That's so funny. And because men are also all inherently gay.
They're all inherently gay.
They're all
like,
gay.
The ones that are super obsessed with bodybuilding are so like the guys who are bodybuilders and post a lot of bodybuilding content. Their audience is primarily men,
and they're all my boyfriend. My boyfriend,
really?
His entire TikTok feed is just really strong guys working out. He loves it.
They love that shit.
He loves it. I'm like, my boyfriend loves watching men work. I'm like, he's gay. My boyfriend loves watching men work out. And he loves watching this one specific guy play video games. He loves watching this like Swedish guy play a video game. I'm like, why?
How does that hobby begin?
I asked him that. And he was like, I used to play the game and then I stopped and now I just really enjoy watching him play it. I'm like, yeah. And this guy has like hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube, you know, and like people tune in and watch him play games. I'm like,
it's gotta be 98% men.
If not 100. If not 100 and like 2 really autistic women. No women are relaxing to men playing video games. It's like him, it's like, you know, him in the corner of his computer and you can just see him like navigating like it's like the game on the screen.
And someone's like, let me sit here for hours and gaze.
And gaze. He just gets in bed at night after a long day of work. And
the gay gaze.
The gay gaze. Yeah, he's like doing that. He's like watching this guy play video games on his computer, and then on the other hand, he's watching guys work out. It's so gay. It's the gayest thing I've ever seen. He loves to watch guys work out. And he's like, that. Look how much he's lifting. I'm like,
so funny.
Cool.
I get a lot of lifting. I mean, again, fully embracing my gym bro self that I've been lately. As soon as I bring up creatine, you know it's over.
Hell yeah.
But I watch a lot of that kind of content, but I'm watching it not because I think these like buff, ripped bodybuilding guys are like so hot or anything. It's because I'm trying to learn correct technique for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he works out all of the time. And I think he's just like genuinely impressed by it too. And he's like, well, yeah, what are they? I want to lift 150. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. There is this one account that I love that could be entertaining for anybody, even besides like if you're not into lifting. It's this guy. He's like Eastern Bloc as fuck named Anatoly. I bet your boyfriend watches him.
Probably.
He pretends to be a janitor at this gym. Okay. And so he's like dressed up in janitor gear. You like can't see any of his muscles because he's just in a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And he walks up to guys that are like ego lifting 300, 400, 500 pounds. And he's like, oh, with his little accent, with a Soviet accent. He's like, oh, you use fake weights. Why you use fake weights? And then he riles them up. They get all mad.
That's so funny.
And then he like picks up the fucking weighted bar with one hand and just like humbles them all. And I love that account.
He's such a troll for that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Wow.
And there's not a ton of correlation between being super strong and being super muscular because the way that you can build muscle and engage in hypertrophy, you're not necessarily like building a ton of strength. So the guys that are doing calisthenics that are like strong as fuck that can beast like 100 pull-ups are a totally different strength and have a totally different build than the guys who are like, I don't want to start naming body lifters or I don't know if you would even know them, but like
no way, yeah.
Some of them can't necessarily do that.
Yeah.
It's like a different, it's like working out for aesthetics versus working out for strength. They're totally different things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What is my boyfriend doing? He's buff now. He's like on his shit. He's always drinking his damn protein shakes and
Good for him.
going to the gym. I know. Loves it. I can't get myself to do it.
No? Do you do any workout?
No. I try to go on walks every day, but
You are very genetically blessed. That's amazing that you don't.
I know, it's
anything.
wild, right?
Yeah.
I don't work out. I mean, and dude, if I did, I would be in such good shape. I would be, because I would like to have a big fat ass, but like I'm too lazy. I'd like some abs. I'd like a fat ass, but I just like can't get myself to do it.
I get it.
I can't
Because you have to do it all the time.
consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Your body doesn't change unless you're in there like 3-4 days a week.
Yeah. And I just like, oh my God. Like, so I'll go on walks almost every day, but like I'm not like working out. It would be good for me too, though.
I'm such a proponent of it because I know how dangerous it is when you don't put muscle on your body for longevity.
What do you mean?
Like
what is it?
If our bone mass starts to deteriorate, I forget what age, like 30, 40, starts to go downhill. And, women are prone to osteoporosis and the calcium bleeds out of our bones and goes elsewhere. And if you don't, if building muscle, not only is it like kind of padding in case you fall, but it also makes the muscle like it's. The thought escaped my head of what happens. Oh, it builds your bone density.
Okay, yeah.
Also,
yeah.
Because your bones now have to like carry more muscle. So it encourages them to build more bone density. So it's like protective in two ways. So it strengthens your skeletal system and then it also adds padding. Because what happens is like when we're old and we can't do simple tasks, like you can't pick up a small child or a suitcase or whatever else, like all that stuff kind of goes away. It's really impossible to get it back rather than just maintaining it.
Right.
So compound movements, things like deadlifts, things like squats, like the things that would build you an ass are incredible for longevity and for protecting your hips, like protecting your legs. And core strength is built. There's really like only a couple things. Like if you didn't want to go hard in the paint, but you just did a couple compound movements like squats and deadlifts, you would get almost everything you need just out of those things.
And the thing is too, okay, so then it's like, I'm always afraid that I'm doing it wrong. And then also, how long are you supposed to do it for?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to deadlift for a fucking hour? Like how many?
No, dear God, no.
How many squats are you supposed to squat for? I don't know.
You find basically whatever weight you can handle to go to, it's called going to failure. And that just means you like physically can't do it in good form anymore. Like you've absolutely pushed everything out of the tank that you have with you. So if you're deadlifting, which for you, I would start with like maybe 30 pounds max.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
If I can even. God, yeah. Because when I do go to the gym once every 6 months, it's like I can't even handle the barbells that don't have weights. Like I can hardly handle a barbell.
And they're very heavy.
Right?
And that's fair.
It's like I can't. If I even put a 5-pounder on there, I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
No, we can't do this. It's not happening. It keeps you looking young though too. That's the other good thing.
Yeah. And it feels good just ego wise. Like I just started being able to do pull-ups like 6 months ago.
How many are you doing?
I'm up to 7 and I'm having a hard time getting past 7. But I mean, most women can't do 1.
Yeah, they're hard. I think I can maybe do 2. Maybe. They're fucking hard.
But it feels like amazing. I'll go do them. We have this kind of gym park situation behind this building. And I'll go do them in front of men. And they're like, yeah,
they don't know what to do. They're losing their minds. Yeah. She can do it. Do you have a gym in this building?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just use that?
I do.
Dude, if I had a fucking gym too, I would use it so much more. But then it's like the whole thing of like, I'm trying to get dressed and then drive and go to a damn gym and blah, blah, blah.
That's the hardest part is getting out the door.
That's the part that like stops me. I'm like,
you know what helps and you'll be on board for this? Cute gym fits.
I know that does help, doesn't it?
It helps a lot.
It does.
When you're like, ooh, I want to put on this set. This set looks good on me.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Getting the fucking strength to get up and go though, dude. Oy.
But then once you start getting that ass,
and then you don't.
then you're like, this is what I came for.
What I came for. I was thinking about getting a boob job, and that's my next thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
go do that.
One of our, I'll tell you off camera, but one of our friends was like going through, she had booked a consultation. She was like on board. It was going to be like a costly deposit to go talk to this plastic surgeon. And then she actually just changed her mind because she was in all of these different forums where it's something called like implant syndrome.
Yep.
You know about this?
Oh, yeah.
Where, yeah, just women get them and then they end up really tired and they end up with these kind of like Lyme disease-esque
They're like
symptoms.
getting really sick.
They get really sick. It kind of turns into like autoimmune
Yeah.
type symptoms because they're foreign objects that your body's rejecting.
Yes.
And these poor women, they go to the doctors and the doctors are like, no, it's all in your head.
I had a consultation with a surgeon the other day and I brought this up to him. And I was like, my biggest thing about not wanting them is like, what if I get sick? And he's like, so as a doctor, we just have to listen to our patients. If that's what you're experiencing, then I can take them out. And I was like,
but then you've burned $25,000 between putting them in and out and taking them out.
oh, I know. The reason, so, and then the surgeon, he is offering them to me for $5,000, which is like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, do I even still want to spend $5,000 on tits? Like, still $5,000 is a lot of money.
It is.
It's a lot of money.
And what if it makes you sick?
And what if it makes you sick? And then I have to go get him out and blah, blah, blah. It's like, and he's in Chicago. I have to go to Chicago. It's, you know?
It's a tough one. Like, I've wanted boobs. I've thought about it.
I know. It's so
But that's the thing that I'm like, am I going to really put myself through elective surgery for something like that?
For tits. And now I'm like, and now we're in our mid-30s. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't really. And then I'm like, how important is it that I have fucking tits now?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a relationship. I'm in my mid-30s. Like, is it that?
It's a good question. And I'm like, if I would like to have kids, if I get pregnant, I'm going to get boobs anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they'll be different. They're not going to be implant boobs, but they'll be boobs.
They'll be tits. And that's my other thing too. I'm like, well, maybe I'll wait until I have kids, and then after that I'll see what it does to my tits, and then maybe I get a boob job after that if they like wreck my tits.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot to consider. Yeah, because really I'm like, do I really need to go put myself through surgery? A lot. I've never had surgery. It's scary. Well, I had a tonsillectomy, but I've never had like elective surgery.
Yeah.
And
it's a tough one. I don't know. I'm at this weird state where I'm like trying to do the upkeep, but then also understanding that like we're going to get old anyways. And the people like, yeah, sure. You look at Demi Moore and whatever the fuck she did, it looks amazing. It
right.
just so happens to look really good, or Anne Hathaway or whatever the fuck, like people who are going out and getting facelifts. And the thing is, while they do look great, they don't look 20. They don't look 20. They look their age, just good with very tight skin. It's so funny because I literally saw a picture of Kim and Kris Kardashian this morning, and Kris, I mean, they look good, but you know, I was like, damn, Kris, like she's got to be in her early 70s for sure, at least,
right?
Yeah,
late 60s, early 70s, and she looks fucking a lot better than my mom, but she still looks. I'm like, you're not tricking us. We don't think that you're 23, you know? And, you know, I'm also somebody who like super advocates for Botox and all of these things and blah. If I could get it all, I would. But at the same time, it's like, who are we fooling?
I know, me too. And I'm like, do I get mad at myself for wanting all this stuff, for caring so much, for being like, is it even brainwashing, or is it just am I following my path to self-esteem and doing the thing that's going to make me feel good about myself, which is like a pro?
Right. It's interesting too, like the brainwashing thing, because it's like I'll see girls that I grew up with who've never had any kind of Botox, any kind of filler, anything, and I'm like, bitch, you're aging. You look a lot older. And then I'm like, do they just look their age, or like
are they happy?
What's going?
They don't care.
Yeah.
Like, are we the problem?
I notice it so badly when like women don't have Botox. I know, like I notice the things, and I'm like,
yeah.
But then I look at myself, and I'm like, does mine even look good? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm watching that fucking reality show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. All of the women are younger than us. They're some of them are 20, like very early 20s. Some of like the oldest one is like 32.
Mm-hmm.
And they look great, but they also
I knew the butt was coming.
they look older than they are because of the amount of work that they're getting done. Like all of these girls, and they look great. Like they're beautiful girls. But I'm like, how is this bitch 32? She looks 40. A good 40.
If you get work done too early, it will prematurely age you for sure.
Yeah.
There is like a threshold that women need to wait for.
Right.
Obviously, I have no fucking degree or stake in this. I don't believe in preventative Botox because when I see women who are in their 20s getting Botox, something looks wrong and it makes them look like they're in their 30s.
Right. Yeah.
You got that elasticity, like fucking don't touch that shit. Like,
literally.
It definitely. I remember having friends that were in their 20s that were getting it done. And I'm like, okay, well, you didn't have fucking wrinkles in your forehead, period.
Yeah.
And now it just looks like I could bounce a quarter off that thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this is worse. Like you should have waited till you had some wrinkles.
Yeah. Preventative Botox feels like a money grab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't start getting it until a couple of years ago.
Same.
Right. And the only reason I really started noticing it is because I had so much fucking sun damage because I wasn't wearing sunscreen my entire life.
And you grew up in Southern California.
Yes, and I would like purposely tan my face, and I would go into tanning booths, or I would put and I would put like tanning stuff on my face to try and get it as dark as possible, and then it's like it aged me so bad. Like my forehead I have like melasma, and I started noticing all of these lines that were like coming from sun damage, and that's when I was like, oh, maybe I should get both. I don't know. And then you go, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Not bad if women don't get it, but I do notice it. Who knows?
Do you want more ink?
Oh yeah, I have so much space left. It's like
You have plans? What do you do? I know you just got Pam, which is so cool. Do you know I saw her like in the street?
When?
I was at lunch in Beverly Hills
Recently?
a couple months ago. Yeah, right around Christmas.
Does she look good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of freaked out. Like I usually don't. I'm not reactive to celebrities most of the time.
Pam's an icon.
But she's an icon and she's A-list. And so when I saw her, my brain just kind of like short circuited and I was like, be cool. It's Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson. She's an icon.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
I know. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I have a lot more shit that I need to get done now because it's like now I have like so much, but then it's like the more you get, the more you realize like how much space you then have. So it's like,
do you want to fill it? Do you want like to fill the space or
some of them? Like, I won't do like. I'm not gonna like fill out my arms and like add a bunch of stuff in the spaces, but like I have a lot of room on my legs for stuff. My back, there's still a lot of space. So, also just fucking so expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky that like most of the people who tattoo me do it for free or for very cheap.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. But it's fucking, you still want to like tip people and it's like, it's expensive.
Of course, yeah.
Along with all the other shit.
I know I want more, but it's like the people that I want to go to, it's so expensive and I don't want to compromise who I go to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, I'm a little bit more like loose. Like I have my like go-tos, but like I'm more loose with it too. Like I would walk into any kind of tattoo shop and be like, whoever's here, do this. Like
That's brave.
Because I don't really care.
Okay.
Because it's like some of the things I do care, but like, oh my God.
Well, sorry for any interruptions, people, but the battery on the camera died because we've been having so much fun. But that's probably our sign to land the plane.
It's died and she's back. I guess so.
Yeah. Well, Gabby Lamb, what do you have going on?
Wow, nothing. Nothing. What do you have going on?
Not much. I mean, subscribe to this show, help.
And that's that. Subscribe to the show.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, love you.
Love you too.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
Thank
go get some creatine.
Thank you everybody for listening. Fuck yeah, get some creatine.
Hell
Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.